Raghav. Thank you to EDITPO. Thank you, Shri Rajesh ji. I'm happy to meet all my friends from the industry, and this is a nice way of being able to talk to all of you, to communicate with you, and to see you. My apologies in advance if I'm not going to be able to speak fluently because of my inability to speak for long periods of time, but I do have a few points that I'd wish to make and to articulate. I've heard a lot of good suggestions, comments, and astute remarks from all of you who've preceded. Let's start first with the term which I've been hearing, exhibitions 2.0. This is something which has come out of other international associations. And while I'm in agreement with exhibitions 2.0, after listening to all of you, I'd like to be able to suggest, what about MICE India 2.0? Maybe we can take this up as a campaign. And the reason why I say this is all industries want to start their businesses as quickly as possible. We are not interested in delay, and we are not interested in confusion, and we're not interested in excuses. All of us are keen that our businesses start operating as soon as possible. So MICE India Campaign 2.0, and the reason why I say this is that are we giving confidence to our customers and to our stakeholders? In my exhibitions business, my customer and my stakeholder is the exhibitor, he's the conference speaker, he's the conference attendee, he's my visitor. How am I going to give that party or those group of individuals or constituents the confidence that the expo that I put up for them is safe, clean, sanitized, and without any problem for them? I'm going to come back to a ism which says cleanliness is godliness, and there is no society in the world which does not agree with me on that. So let's start with our supply chain. What is the MICE industry supply chain? It is the venue. It is the worker who puts the program together for the venue and the organizer to function, which are the service providers. It is the, in my case, the first person or the first group of people who get into the venue are my stand contractors. The second is my freight forwarder. The third is my service provider like safety, cleaning, all the other myriad services that I need to provide in my exhibition to make life easy, comfortable, and appropriate for my constituents. Now, this is a great time to restart ourselves. Are we giving answers to all the questions? Do we have answers to all the questions? Are we asking the right questions? Can I suggest, starting with venues, that the associations who are putting up SOPs and the ITPO should take up and organize virtual discussions, as we are doing today, for the venue society or the venue sector in our country to find out if the right SOPs are in place to attract our customers and our constituents. Are we safe? Are we hygienic? Are we sanitized? Are we putting in processes to ensure that safety, security, surveillance is in operation. Let me next go to my service providers. My stand construction, official stand construction, is the first agency to walk inside the venue on my behalf. I would like to suggest that the powers that be, or the people who are good stand construction agencies, should start virtual training programs for all the people who are in the stand construction industry, to start teaching them safety, sanitization, cleanliness for all the workers who come into my venue. Can we give them smart operating procedures? Can we give them good working conditions? Can we give them safety, security, sanitation for themselves? Can we give them health? Can we give them canteens? And I can foresee that in most of my venues in the country, with the exception of five-star hotels and some of the very, very high end venues, I understand that many of my worker safety programs are not being provided. We have this issue of migrancy and labor, which has opened our eyes to the welfare of the worker. The next people who come into my exhibition are the freight forwarders. And they're the people who bring in the materials, either for my stand construction, or the stand construction people bring the materials in using their own workforce, which could be permanent or which could be contractual for that period of time. The English left us with a word, and I don't like that word because it's a very demeaning word. We have a lot of coolies who come into the exhibition halls. Are these people safe? Are they sanitized? Are they going to bring in safety processes and procedures for my ultimate constituent? Can I provide some form of norms or SOPs in this area? And similarly, it goes on to my food and beverage section. It goes to my sweeping and cleaning section. Gentlemen, today I'm suffering from cancer. My biggest problem is smoke and dust. And I can tell you that we bring in a lot of dust into our venues. We don't have proper cleaning processes. Can we use MICE 2.0 India campaign as a way of educating the cleaning agencies like Forbes and Roots and so many organizations who give us municipal cleaning aids, devices, techniques, technologies, equipment? Can we start bringing those into exhibitions as well? And I'm not suggesting that this should increase our costs. I am suggesting that if we could approach these organizations as we could to many organizations and say to them, look, can you give us service fees rates which are amenable to us, and use this process as being able to promote yourselves as well. So a lot of these processes are my thoughts in this manner. We don't have answers to all the questions. We're not asking all the right questions. COVID-19 has been a great eye-opener. We should start with the bottom of the barrel, which is the end, which is the worker. How do we look after them? How do we look after their needs and their requirements, and use that as a means of being able to tell the world, not only India, but the rest of the world, that India is safe for you to come and do business in. Important. We all want to start our businesses as soon as possible. Every industry wants to start. Look at the airlines industry. They are going to make a sea change in the way they bring passengers from a destination to another destination. Look at our airports. They are first-class airports. They're 7-star airports. They're putting in all kinds of safety measures and precautions. What about the mice industry? Are we going to also follow suit? And I believe we are. So let's take this as an opportunity, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very wise people. You've all made very nice comments. And I agree with all of you for every one of them. But this is our opportunity. Let's not lose it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Prem Behelji, for sharing those very good perspectives with us. Those are a new dimension which we have shared, that we need to focus on the bottom of the pyramid. And if airports and everybody can start functioning with the SOPs and safety guidelines, so can the MICE